Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be starting something new, something special. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. It's going to be a movie review. I got this 100 movie collection of DVDs, horror DVDs. Found these and I wanted to do them. I think each one would be pretty fun. Something I want to do with this, I want to do a video that's like not really... What am I doing? There we go. I do a video that's not really like too long, more like 10 minutes. That's how I want to keep these, since they're old. I mean, these videos are like from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even a couple were in the 70s. So the 20s through the 60s, and then been like a couple in the 70s. Goes as far as that, but the mostly black and white films. I think I'm going to try to have a lot of fun with this. I think this would be a lot of fun to do. That's why I'm doing it. So I want to put out one of these each week. One movie of these each week. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I did this for one reason, because there's a movie in here called Nosferatu, the original, 1920. Oh man, can't believe I already lost it right here. Yeah, 1922. So I cannot wait to get to that. But that's why I'm doing this, because I saw this and I love. There's a few actually good gems in here, but again, a lot of these are not going to be great movies. I know that. That's why I want to try to keep this for like the 10-minute range. This one's going to push it because I'm trying to introduce everything. But other than that, if it's longer than like 10 minutes, I would like to keep it that. But if there's any longer than like 10 minutes, they're pretty much good ones. I want to Nosferatu and maybe a couple other of these are probably going to be really good movies, and I'm probably like take a little longer with them because they deserve it. But anyways, I got this little I made this little grab bag. I put them I just wrote them out all on a piece of paper, every single title, and I put them in a grab bag. So each week, like right after the end of this, after I get done with this review, I'm going to go on, pick one out of the bag, and see what the next one is. So I already picked one, and it turned out to be an Alfred Hitchcock Presents thing. It's called the Chaney Vase. Yeah, the Chaney Vase. Vase. The Chaney Vase. And I was looking this up. This is actually a TV show. This is actually from a TV show. So now I realize I'm not going to just do a 25-minute synopsis of it. I thought they were all movies, but apparently these two are from a TV show, which is like a half-hour TV show back in the 1955. And so I'm just I realized there's two of them in here, so I'm going to do both of them. They were only a half-hour piece, so I think I can make these quickly enough. Let's do the first one. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, both of them. This one is The Chaney Vase, 1955, 25 minutes. International Movie Database gave this a 7.1. Nothing from Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, they're starting to get that way. Every time I go to their site with like TV shows, it's barely anything. They need to up their game. This starts in true Alfred Hitchcock fashion. You see him, you see his little outline first, and then it pans to him. He introduces himself, and then what the name of the story is, or name of the title, which is The Chaney Vase. Then hits the story. Basically, now, I just have to say, I know Alfred Hitchcock. I know a lot of his stuff. I haven't seen everything, of course, but I do know some. Most of his stuff is pushing towards suspense, thriller kind of thing, mystery. Very rarely you get to see true like horror from one of his films, but they're out there. But this is a TV show, so don't expect anything like that, and I didn't. So going into this is more of a suspense kind of thing. This man, Lyle, gets fired from his job at the museum, and he weasels his way into the life of an old widower. I'm sorry, an old widow, who is freshly becoming a widow. He's like a smooth manipulator where he kind of like weasels his way into her life, and she's like an invalid where she has to be in a wheelchair wherever she goes, so she always needs someone to help her. Like I said, he weasels his way into her life. He makes like a fake what was it? Letter of recommendation. He makes like a fake one of those, and sends it to her, like, you know, she's impressed, and yada yada yada. And basically, he starts to slowly control her life and kick everybody else out of her life that's been in her life for so long, like her first maid or whatever that was working for her, Bella, that's worked for like 20 years. She quits or gets fired, but then he goes on to like lie to the widow about like how she wrote a letter saying how she quit. And it's showing him slowly manipulate the whole household and her life. Basically, because of this, is for a vase that it mentions this once or twice, 2 or 3 times, but then he slowly starts to say, "Hey, I want this vase. It's worth some money, $45,000. This is 1955, so it's probably, I don't know, 3 times that now, 45. So let's say like a lot. Well, let's say a lot more. It's probably about like $1 million. I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's probably like $1 million now. I might be way off the mark. Might be way too much. Whatever. It's enough to where he wanted to manipulate and get this vase from this old lady and manipulate a situation where he had to, like, you know, lie to her, cheat, steal to do this. So he's slowly manipulating her life, controlling it. For a month this goes on. And it gets worse where she slowly realizes what he's doing. He's scheming for this vase. And what happens at the very end is he goes in after totally kicking all other like family, friends out. Basically, it's just him and her. He's about to go get the vase, and there she is with like a good dozens of exact same replica vases at the very end. And you don't know which one it is that she is. Like, I wouldn't break that one. I wouldn't touch that. That could be the real vase. And don't expect to get the information out of me. Basically, he's about to, like, hit her or something to beat her to get the information out. But she's like, well, I'm a senile old lady. I don't even remember which one's which. So, and that's how it ends. Basically, she's like, she mentions, like, there's so many vases here, I could sell them all. Basically trying to say she could sell them all for $45,000 a piece. Being that they're all so exactly the same, and she's like a pottery master, so she made them all. She made like replicas of them all, like out of pottery. That's what she does, claymation, clay. So that's how it was. I'm gonna mention like first of all, it shows the signs of the time here, 1955. At the very beginning, when the letter of recommendation, he kind of forces his girlfriend to do it. By like, she's actually at work where he just got fired. And he just like rips out the page she was typing and puts another one in and tells her to start typing. This is a sign of the times because it's just funny. It's like nowadays, people, like I don't think it was any time, I guess then and before then, that men would just like, I don't want to write it myself. Even though he's basically making her write his words. So I thought that was kind of funny, just to see that sign of the times. At the end, there's a moment at the end where he mentions talking to the same girl that the typewriter does. She still has her job, but talking to her is like, and they're talking about how the situation, how he's trying to get this vase, and how he's trying, he's just being a bad person. Anyways, he says, I may have to strangle her, but I'll get it. And he laughs in a very, like it's supposed to be a joke, but he laughs in such an awkward, scheming way. It's devilish, and it's just so funny to watch that. Anyways, that's that. That was the Chaney Vase. The Chaney Vase. That was in season 1 of, like, the Alfred Hitchcock TV series collection. Now, let's go to season 7. That's where the other one was. This one is Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Sorcerer's Apprentice, not the movie. This is the TV show. I don't know if that movie could have been based on this one TV episode. Doubt it, because it's based on the Disney. I know that, but just thought I'd mention it. This one is 1962. This is 1962. International Movie Database, IMDb gave it a 7.8, and Rotten Tomatoes didn't rate it, but I think 69% of the audience liked it. I don't know if they liked the season or the episode. It didn't really explain. Again, Rotten Tomatoes, step up your game. So, starts off with the great Sandini. He's a magician at a circus act. Circus, whatever. Great Sandini of Carnival Act finds a young man passed out behind his, his trailer, the carnival, basically of hunger sickness. I don't know who gets so hungry they pass out. I'm gonna have to go to like a third world country where people just get hunger sickness. I've never really heard of that. You just pass out. If you pass out from hunger sickness, you're pretty much dead. That means you're just so hungry, you're dehydrated, you just die. But anyways, it was hunger sickness. After magician finds him, they help him and feel better, give him some food and stuff. He hasn't eaten 2 days. That's what he says, 2 days. Anyway, the magician decides to take him under his wing to help him, like show him how to use magic. Because at the very beginning, this kid whose name is Hugo, he's a simple boy. Basically, he ran away from a home, not his home, a home. He's simple. Basically, he could be like Down syndrome or autistic. Anyway, he's simple, and it keeps saying that, so you know that. And at first, he thinks the magician is the devil and his wife is an angel. So it just plays along with the film. So when he wakes up, he sees the magician, thinks he's the devil. Kind of looks like Anton LaVey. It's kind of funny that way. And but this is like pre that. This is 62, and like Anton LaVey was like 70s. But thanks the wife is an angel. So after this, but really, it goes to show how Irene, which is the wife of Sandini, is like pretty much a slut. She's like sleeping around with the trapeze act guy, which he's the one this is the guy that walks the rope across. I was hoping it was going to be the Flying Graysons, but can't hope for that much. I thought it'd just be funny. I just like to say it is. It's one of the Flying Graysons. Okay, anyways, it wasn't. Move on. Anyway, she's a slut. She's sleeping around, and he, like, it shows her being more evil than he is, basically. And it's kind of playing on what he first saw of them two. He first thought him as the devil and her as an angel, but really the roles are switched here. He is more of an angel, and she's more the devil. Like I said, she's sleeping around on him with one of the other workers, and after being peeped, well, let me see. Then she tries, after she kind of, I'm trying to explain this well enough. She comes up with this plan to try to get away from him, but she manipulates the boy, Hugo, into killing Sandini. So there we go. She manipulates him into killing Sandini, so maybe she could go out on her own and be like, basically, because she doesn't want to get a divorce. It's the sign of the times again. Sign of the times. So he kills her. Hugo kills Sandini, believing that his power is in his wand. His magic wand. So now he believes he has the power. This kind of freaks Irene out a little bit. She accidentally hits her head and passes out. And then he goes to say, hey, I'll prove it to you. I could be just as good as a magician as Sandini. I'll prove it to you. We can be together. I'll prove it to you. He takes her to the saw cutting act and proceeds to slice her in two with the saw. Very, very good part at the very end. I thought it was very good, like thumbs up, when there's in the middle of this TV episode where it already shows the saw act once, and Hugo freaks out at this moment. He's like, "Oh my God, she's gonna die. She's dying. She's dead." But then he goes on to see that she's smiling. She's okay. So by the end of it, when he's sawing her in two, and she's like, obviously he doesn't know how. He doesn't know the trick, but he believes he is. She realizes. She wakes up and she sees what she sees the saw. And she's screaming, and all he's saying is, smile for me, Irene. smile for me. I was like, that's pretty twisted. That's pretty good. This is that was an awesome part. That's how it ended. So I think that was a really good. This out of the two, this one's the best. That episode was the best out of these two. I would say a couple of things. First of all, it's just funny they pretty much made an episode where they got a mentally handicapped child to commit a murder. First of all, like that by itself is twisted. So that's what they did. First of all, Irene's a slut. Hugo is a peeping Tom because he peeps in on Irene and her lover like once, and they catch him, and so it just his voyeurism is coming out right there. But this kid couldn't be any more than like 15. Okay, he's running away already from at home, and I'm gonna guess this kid's playing a 15-year-old. So it's twisted, like getting a kid, but not only getting a kid to murder, getting I'm just gonna say autistic, all right, like just a mental handicapped kid just to commit murder, not just a mental handicap, but a 15-year-old mental disability kid. So twisted stuff. And I want to say the saw. I want to mention about the saw they used in here. This saw was such a huge contraption for this magic show. It was hilarious to see how huge this saw was connected to this big machine. He had to like grab a hold and go. It was so huge. It was funny. Again, the sign of the times. But anyway, I think that's it. That is all for this one. Wait. Let's just see what the next one's going to be. Grabbing this little magic shack. And next week... Oh, I'll be damned. Alright. Alright. You want to see what it is? Tune in next week. I already know that. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. But anyways, I can't wait already. You know what? I feel like I'm getting to that too soon. I'm just going to tell you right now. I pulled Nosferatu out. That right here. Nosferatu. I feel like I'm getting to that too soon. So I'm going to put it right back in here. I'm going to do this again. Let's get to something else. I just don't want to save that. That's a gem. That's just a gem inside this, I don't even know. Finding the needle in the haystack. I found the needle. Now it's like being to pick out a haystack. Alright. Alright. Try to pick out another one right here. Try to pick out a good one. Well, not too good. Alright. Alright. We'll do this. We'll do this. This will be okay. Not going to let you guys know. Got to tune in next week. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. And I will see you again very soon. Alright. Bye.